I hope the insectoids, let me turn this up, don't come from the sun. You may say, Gina, why do you say that? I looked over here at the iswa.gsfc.nasa.gov, and I was looking at this filament. And I thought about insectoids. I really did think about them, and I thought, you know what? They are they're a type of alien species. They are, and there's many types of alien species by many different names. And I don't think we know the half of it. But you may think, well, Gina, the insectoids do not exist. Yes, I think they really do exist. I've heard a first-hand account of someone being guarded by the insectoids, okay, like the queen, okay, watching over this male species, this human male species. It has a unique interest in this person who's a male. So yeah, so what if insectoids came from the sun also? And if they came from the sun, could it have been a portal that they came through on you all? It could have been. I think the sun is like a portal to a lot of different species. I really do. And sometimes I think the sun is like a big ship. Sometimes I think the sun is a being, because there's so many different types of theories out there. There really is, you all. Yeah. Hello there, Kelly, honey. They have 3 fingers. Yes, they do. And grays have 4 and humans have 5. Yeah. So, yeah, this is really strange. Before I started this video, I had 3 people waiting. Oh, I had 3 people concurrently viewing, and I didn't even push the live button. But that's okay, you all. I hope they enjoy this live stream too. Kelly, honey, let me tell you something. Okay, you can see you right there. Yes, we got you going on. That's right. Oh, no, let me put this back to me. So I wanted to look over here at the ISWA because, oopsie, let me put it to me because they're just, it's blinking right now. If you're all just tuning in, what if insectoids also come from the sun? Somehow they get through a portal on the sun, because we know that there's ships that come through certain portals, okay, like they look like little black cubes. We've documented them, not on this particular product, but on another product. And you know, there's something, this is what I really wanted to look at. Let me see if I can get this over here. Let me see if I can do this right here. Look at this, looks kind of like plasma, but if you slow this down and you look at the different shapes that this makes right here, that's pretty wild looking. You know, you have to ask, how can that, if it truly is like plasma, how can it like shoot up in the air and form like right angles and left angles and look all twisted? Okay, and like, how does this like suspend itself even though it's not touching? See, this is what it's like, it's a living and it's alive. What if it's like plasma insectoids too, you know, have like something like that. I think there's beings on the moon. There's something with the plasma, you all. I really think there is. Let me get out of this old stream that's on my cell phone and see if I can come over to this channel. Okay. I hope I'm live. Yeah, I'm live. Kelly, honey, you know what? Something's interesting, Kelly. You are the only one in this chat. I want you all to look at this. We have one person in this chat. I want you to see this, and it's Kelly Hansen. You all may say, well, how is that possible? I don't know. I don't know how it's possible, but it is. This is one natural one through the sun, and unnatural ones were made by the spacecraft, like a TR-3B. Well, I don't really study the TR-3B, I don't. Louis Strongman, now you're here. Yeah. Eva Mabufro 13, hello. Insectoids. You may not have heard of the insectoids before, but they do exist. They exist, you all. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to push this back to me, after I show this screen right here. We're 5 minutes into this video, and this video really, the traffic to this particular subject, boom, it has literally been suppressed. I had 3 concurrent viewers before the video even started, before I even pushed that live button, which is really interesting. It really is. I'm being watched. I love being watched. I really love it. I do love it. So let me come over here. You gotta laugh at it. You really do. You gotta laugh when you're being watched so closely. You do. So let's look at this, you all. This is, we're looking at this SDO AIA 304 space weather product, and I'm wondering, you know, are there insectoids also that come from the sun? Because if it's a portal, and there are many different types of species, and if the sun, you know, is one of those main portals, they got all kinds of portals, what if they all have different portals that they come through on? Okay. And it is said that portals open certain times of the day, not just in the sun, but also in the sky. Okay, in the skies around the world, it says that too. So let's zoom up on this in case this is really neat to look how this looks like this, you all. So we're gonna see this. I'm gonna just go look like some kind of plasma insect. It does, with all these things. It looked like a big praying mantis, like. It's wild. That it's so wild looking. Looks like a ship came down too. That came straight down. Let's look at this, you all. If you're just tuning in, you know, it was funny. I just got back from going somewhere, and on the back of this trailer, this person had made a gigantic mosquito art structure out of scrap metal. That thing must have been as big as a car. It was a mosquito. They made it. Okay, so now let's come over here, you all. So we got insectoids. Look, this is actually right here. A weird humanoid insect captured over Travis Air Force Base. See, look at this. Gina, honey, that is all make-believe. No, I don't think it's all make-believe. I really don't. I think there is so much more to all of this than what meets the eye. Let's click into this, because I have not clicked into this one right now. I haven't, you all. Hello there, you all. Thank you. No, we don't got no moderators on here, you all. They don't get the notifications. They really don't. That's okay. Sometimes we don't. I don't like to say we don't need them, but sometimes I think the algorithms are self-learning, and I think that they are moderating the comments too. I really think they are. So let's look at this. I wanted to click into this. A weird insect. Okay, UFO sightings hotspot. So let's look at this. A weird humanoid insect captured over Travis Air Force Base in Fairfield, California. Well, now I kind of captured a mothman. That's kind of like an insect. I was making a delivery in Fairfield, California at Travis Air Force Base after my delivery got turned around and got lost. I came up on this plane and I thought I would snap a few pictures. Later, after I had left and was sending them to a family member, I noticed something above the plane. Look at that, you all. He said it was a like an insectoid. You all, they do exist, these insectoids, and that's not a mosquito. Okay, it's not a dragonfly or anything like that. Look how big that is, you all. You may say, Gina, those things don't exist. Well, I think they do exist. I really do think they exist. So when I showed it to people, they think it's just a bug on the window, but I don't think so. I'm not sure what it is, and I would really like to find out. By the way, when we got to the gate of the Air Force Base, it was on emergency shutdown. So you're telling me that Air Force Base was on emergency shutdown, and you just so happened to see a large insectoid in the sky and you captured it, and then the base is on shutdown, emergency shutdown, just like that? Just like that? Yes, I think that's what you're trying to say. Yes, so we got it. It was shut down, and we couldn't enter for 2 hours. MUFON case 63105, you all. That's what they're talking about. Yeah, so editor's note. it is possible that it is an insectoid, or is it something from another world? Well, I think an insectoid would be from another world, you all, I really do. Um, but yet they're in our world. They're interdimensional, like they can come and go, and they can be seen if they want to be seen. If they don't want to be seen, you ain't going to see them. So insectoid denotes any creature or object that shares a similar body or traits with common Earth insects. Insectoid robots have been designed for scientific or military uses, you all. They have labels. 2015 flying humanoids, human hybrids, humanoid creature, humanoids, mystery, strange creatures, the unexplained, you all. So this is really, so I thought, this is what I thought. I thought, are there insectoids that came from portals in the sun? Are there? There could be. There very well could be, you all. Applebrooks, honey, thank you for coming on here. Yeah. Are there insectoids that come through portals on the sun? Well, why wouldn't there be, really? Why wouldn't there be? Because, wait a minute, you all. What are they doing to my pictures? I can't find all my pictures on here like I want to, but I'm going to find some, you all. I will. If we can have fleets of ships like this, okay? I don't think they're from Earth. I don't. I think that they are a certain species, and they came through a portal. They did. They came straight through that portal. You can see right here, came straight through the portal. All these fleets of ships, and I believe that those ships, there's thousands of them, millions probably, millions of them. You know, the whole fleets of ships coming out of the portals of the sun, and that's one type of species. And you know that there is more than one type of species out there. Even the human species. See, that's a second type of a species. Okay, it is. Let's see if there was anything else. So, yeah, we really documented this a lot. The ships from the sun. We have, hello there, Gina, honey. How you doing? You look so happy. That's good for girl. You got a one team and one go. Yeah, you all, we do got one team and one go. Look at that. I'm trying to figure out which one I wanted to use. That's okay. So look at that. They came out of the sun. So I think that the insectoids could also come from a portal in the sun. You all, I really, really do. We're getting it sorted out, Gina Maria. Thank you. That is my middle name, Gina Maria. My mother was going to name me Gina Marie, after Annette Funicello's daughter, somebody with the middle name Marie. And then right after I was born, she changed it like that and changed it to Maria. So Gina Maria. Yeah, you all, that's okay. That is all right, you all. We're talking about these insectoids, you all. And this was at, what Air Force Base was this? Travis Air Force Base in California, if you've ever been there. I don't think I've been there. My husband has. So let's look at this, you all. These are insectoids right here. And I'm not going to keep you on here too long. I'm not. But some of these, look, that does not. This does not. Oh. Oh. Would that account for cattle mutilations? You know the exact precisions. No, probably it's done from above or something, because they do clean, take out the organs and stuff like that. You paranormal ruffles. Come on now, we are being serious. We really are. We're being very serious. You are. This is not a joke. I'm very serious about this. I am. We've got these insectoids, and see, they got all of these just like this. Let's see. Oh wow. Wow, I have not seen that before, you all. They look like they got some zombies on the ground, too. Pin on insectoids? You know, why would they have artwork, really, if the insectoids did not exist? You know, why would they? And, Wikipedia fandom, see, they even got them. I think they exist, just like reptilians. Reptilians exist, you all, the reptilians. And you got the grays. That looks like it's got a big pincher. And you got the alien species. So any of these could come through the sun. They could. They could come through portals. What is this? This looks like an old book. It really does. Let's use the helicopter cavalry. Swooping in suddenly, helitroopers on powerful sky horses could wreak havoc with enemy troops. Scattered along the western slope of Asiatic, I can't even say it, copter troopers mountain jump-offs. Where would they even come up with something like this, you all? Where would they? Let me just do this right here. Hello there, Susan B. Honey, we're talking about insectoids. What if they came through portals on the sun? And they very well could. Let's look at this right here. Future war stories. Look at this. Future war stories, you all. We've got to click into it. Our enemies, the insect aliens. Oh. This was a book. In the dead of night. They move and they consume in the spaces of your house, and you do not see. And when you notice them, you react with violent intent, attacking with rolled up newspaper. So, well, this is the theme. Look, the sci-fi aggressive insectoid, you all. Oh, look at this. This reminds me of the ant people. Yes, you all. We can look at the ant people. Insects have played an important role in the mythologies of many global cultures and civilizations in the American Southwest. There is the ant people, you all. We got ant people. And they're kind of like insectoids. They really are. And the ant people of some of these Southwest native tribes that appear in myth and pictographs. It's not a myth. It's reality. Okay, it's real. It really happened. These beings saved and protected and cared for the Hopi during some dark times, along with giving them knowledge to survival and prosper. Some myths point to the Grand Canyon, you all, as the home of the ant people. Then there is Kagan, the praying mantis, shape-shifting god of the South African San people. Have you all heard of him? I haven't. This one's new right here. Not only did the insectoid god of Kagan give the important knowledge to the San people, the praying mantis was the originator of the entire species, being bee implanting an egg into a praying mantis when the bee helped a praying mantis cross the river, you all. So look at this. Did you know about that, South Africa? You all, did you? Yeah, I didn't know about that. That's really interesting. So nowhere is the insect more important than the mythological universe of the ancient Egyptians, with the scarab beetle being a key component to their life-death cycle rituals. And the creator god, Adam, was associated with the beetle, and scarab beetles were woven into the fabric of mummeries, and many have been found in charm form, and even one was found on the heart. I don't want a beetle on my heart. The beetle was important to the resurrection myth of the ancient Egyptians. And then there was the beetle head god Kirpi, that is truly freaky in the ancient art portrayal. This god of sunrises was much like the dung beetle who rolled the sun from sunrise to sunset. You are just coming on here. Hello, you all. Yes. Yes, so you all. Let's look at this, you all. So I'm talking about these insectoids. I think they came through portals on the sun from another realm. But then look at this, you all. We look at this. Insectoids and UFO cultures, you all. The validity of the existence of UFO is hotly debated. However, part of the UFO culture does explore the human point of view on the rumored alien species. For many of these our enemies, blog spots. I do include the UFO culture because it does say a great deal about another element of these hostile extraterrestrial species that are used in fiction. And while there is a long-term tradition of gray aliens, reptilians, even Nordic humanoids appearing in UFO close encounter accounts, that does not apply to the insect type aliens, you all. Yes, you all. Insectoids is what we're talking about. You all, if you're just coming in, let me come over here, you all. I'm going to make sure we got this live chat going like this, you all. We do. Hello. So thank you all for joining, you all. Just put this on here. I did. And it's okay. It really is. The scarab beetle is mentioned in literature and movies regarding immortality. Yes, it is. Solar Warden is on the job. Yes, may you sparkle of light shine brightly. Yeah, so there is a lot of things that are being seen. There really is in the sky. But we're talking about these insectoids right here because that's what popped into my mind. Just like that, you all. I thought I'd come up here and go to the ISWA, and I'm going to talk about the insectoids. That's how it happened. So that's what we're going to do, just for a little bit more. So it says, I didn't know they had a book. It looks like it's from 1950, February of 1957. Can you see that book? That's what it is. This is mostly odd. This is most odd considering that insectoid hostile aliens have been popular in sci-fi since the very early 20th century, but this has not carried over into the current or past UFO culture. Some websites do classify gray alien species as a possible insectoid given semi-mantis-like features. This was also used in XCOM games, but they are not insect-like to our understanding. So if the UFO accounts are to be trusted in some fashion, then it could indicate that no exoplanet that is capable of giving rise to an intelligent life has created an intelligent spacefaring insectoid civilization. Well, what if they have? What if an exoplanet is capable of giving rise to what we see right here, intelligent life, to the spacefaring species? I think anything's possible in this world that we live in, you all. I really do. An exoplanet, and because we got some stuff going on that seems like, how on earth did that even start? Okay, we do, you all. Let's see this. So that is not to say, look at this. So but they are not insect-like to our understanding. If UFO accounts are to be trusted in some fashion, okay, giving rise to intelligent spacefaring insectoid civilization, this could mean that the reality of future Terran space explorers meeting intelligent insect aliens is unlikely. For, of course, the xenomorphs from Aliens was not a spacefaring civilization either. That is to say that no insectoid seen in the UFO abduction accounts. That is not to say that there is no. When I first started this journey, they said, Gina, if you're outside at night and you hear like the clicking, like outside, you better go back in your house because it's the praying mantis. It's like the insectoids. They're out there and they make that noise. And there are people who have heard it, you all. There is the insectoid beings. Okay, they are. People have met them. They have. The ant theory. Yes, that's right. So we got abductees like Linda Portal inform us that the Greys she had long contact with are being controlled by a larger, a larger mantis-like command creature. Well, who is this large mantis-like command creature? Who could that be? These accounts are rare and not fully incorporated into the common lore of UFO culture. Some believe the ant people of native folklore are also members of a gray-like alien society, you all. So really, what if that is true? Why do insect aliens make great sci-fi? Yeah, you did. That's really interesting. Okay, that is interesting. Why do they make great sci-fi? Why would they even want to do that? Show the big pinchers on their face, you all. Because look at this. It kind of looked like the Predator with its mouth going like that. That's a very, very good question. Why did they have to make these aliens in these movies look like giant parts of an insect? Why did they do it? That's a really good question. I think it's an excellent question. I really do. Look at this. Hostile aliens, insect aliens bent on conquest of humans is a very trope of sci-fi, but why? Insects outnumber humans by trillions, and despite our efforts to rid our homes and yards since the dawn of civilization, they keep coming back. This has bred the common hatred, fear, phobia. Well, I don't have a hatred. Okay, I don't. I used to have a phobia, because you want me to tell you why I used to have a phobia of insects, especially spiders. When I was really little, we lived by the graveyard, and I think I was probably around, I don't know, 4 maybe, 4 years old maybe. My sisters and my brothers, they threw daddy long legs on me, and I was terrified of daddy long legs. I got over my phobia of them probably, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, maybe. All my whole life, they threw daddy long legs on me when I was a little bitty girl, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. And so, yeah, I had a phobia. I'm not scared of them anymore. So they possess. Look, here's this is really interesting, you all. You just gotta watch it. You gotta listen to it. There is also, look, this bred the common phobia, power to transmit diseases, destruction of homes and crops. There's also something to be said for their own alienness when compared to other familiar animals. They possess a hive mindset, the self-sacrifice of their worker class. They're going to sacrifice their worker class, you all. Come on now. The insectoids, they have a hive-like mindset. Remember that ant movie they made? The ant movie? And they had all the worker ants. Okay, why did they make a movie like that? Why did they do that? Really, you have to ask yourself why. But they will self-sacrifice, the self-sacrifice of their worker class, and their seemingly endless various forms all led to most humans hating insects, to the point that the human civilization has been waging a chemical warfare on insects for over 4,000 years. And this speaks to one primary reason: because they make great sci-fi enemies. They destructive to ourselves, our pets, our homes. So look at this. After all, one of the plagues that visited the Egyptians was a storm of locusts in the Old Testament, and this adds up to a motivation for the space marines to kill some bugs. Okay, so a storm of locusts. Wait a minute. Okay, you know what I'm thinking about these locusts? Because in the book of Revelation, is the apocalyptic book of Revelation, you all, they talk about the locusts. Let's find it, you all, the locusts. Why did that? That's really interesting. Revelation and locusts. L-O-C-U-S-T. Yes, you all. That's what that just popped in my mind. The locusts, you all. Let's look at this, because you want to see it. Yeah, we're gonna look at it. Let's look at this. We're gonna see it. So, it's the fifth trumpet. The star opened the pit of the abyss, and smoke rose out of it like the smoke of a great furnace. And the sun and the air were darkened by the smoke from the pit. And out of the smoke locusts descended on the earth, and they were given power like that of the scorpions of the earth. They were told not to harm the grass of the earth or any plant or tree, but only those who did not have the seal of God on their forehead, you all. I thought I remembered hearing locusts somewhere in the Bible. I did, you all. We're talking about the insectoids. Did they come from a portal from another world? Because you got the alien movies, and they look like they got big old insect mouths and stuff like that, you all. Coop, I'm telling you, it does not sound very pleasant. It doesn't. It does not sound pleasant at all. It doesn't, you all. Let's look at this. So, will we fight hostile insect aliens? Now, why are they even mentioning that, you all? Why are they even mentioning that? If we are to the point of view of sci-fi as a whole for the answer, if we are to the point of view to the question, then the answer is nearly a unanimous confirmation that we will, in fact, fight hostile alien bugs on other planets. However, reality does cast doubt on that assertion. While terrestrial insect species can and do organize themselves in complex societies that divide, labor, explore to find shelter and food, and communicate with one another, none has developed into a truly intelligent species that develops technology. Why would they say that? Why did they say that? Why did they say that an insect has not truly developed in truly intelligent species that develops technology? I think that there are species that can develop technology, and you have the thought, the account of the woman who had contact with the gray aliens, and that they were controlled by a larger mantis-like species, okay, that develop art and technology. We do simplistic to drive development toward complex and expressive language. During research of any of the central concepts of intellectual developing requires a foundation of long-term memory. With the lack of insectoids in the UFO culture here on Earth, that could be proof that the insects lack the ability to gain the type of intelligence that would form from a spacefaring civilization. No. If that was the truth, then why do we got the ant people? Why? I think they were very intelligent. If they saved the Hopi Indians, okay, I think they're very, very, very intelligent. Why would they be so quick to come with that point of view, you all? Really? Why? This does not make sense to me. Okay, let's see what else they got going on. So it does not preclude the possibility of an encounter with hostile insectoids on exoplanets, as we have seen in the xenomorphs. In the aliens universe, hostile insectoids could be native to an exoplanet, and once Terran landing parties make contact is when the bloodshed begins. See, why do they want to make it look cartoony, you all? Oh, no, you all. Let's see. So if you're just tuning in, I didn't even plan on coming on here and talking about insectoids. Okay, I didn't plan on coming on here and talking about it. I just literally walked up the stairs. I knew I got to do a video, and I went over to the ISWA, and I looked at the filament coming out. I thought it looked like insects on the sun. And then I came up with the word insectoids. What if they came from the sun through a portal? What if they did, you all? That's what I was thinking. What if they did? And then we're over here. Other aliens, like the engineers from the Prometheus, that was very scary, could be the means of spreading the insectoids to other worlds on accident, or for a form of biological warfare. If there was, you see the big word, if there was a spacefaring insect species, it could mean warfare between us and them with interstellar real estate, and us being classified as a threat to the hive. Did you catch that? You say, Gina, honey, you're reading from future war stories. Well, they said the word if. That's why they said the word if. As I outlined in my book, Endangered Species, the rate of reproduction coupled with the rivalry between queens and hives, sounds like the Borg, could be the genesis of space colonization and the source of conflict between us and the space bugs. See, you have to ask yourself why they have to make it look all cartoony. Are they trying to play down something you all really... I've heard about this Adult Swim, and I never did watch it because I didn't like it, the name Adult Swim. But what if there is truth to that Adult Swim? You all, now I'm serious. What if there is truth to this Adult Swim series? What if there is something to these? Well, you got the locusts in the Bible, in the apocalyptic book of Revelation, that coming out of the furnace, okay? You got them, and they had the stings like that of a scorpion on their tails, is what they had, you all. The sting like that of the scorpions on their tails. Let's get back to here. So as a new queen attempts to establish their own brood via the new high colonies, they could compete with us for settable worlds. And one outline I read discussed some exoplanet with hostile environments could lead to the evolution of insects, like the hostile high gravity, wild temperature ranges, thick atmosphere, local conditions found on Glyces 832c and Giles 832 star system. Worlds like this could be an evolutionary breeding ground of ET bugs. Even if the ET bugs on Giles 832c developed into non-spacefaring civilization, we humans would likely avoid the hostile atmosphere. So you all, they got to insect alien society. Oh, well, I just want to say that one time when I was documenting the plasma, and it was in, was it in Argentina? An interdimensional hive showed up, you all. An interdimensional hive. It literally looked like a beehive, and it was a massive, massive structure. It showed up on the live webcam, and we documented it, you all. There was something in there, and it literally did. It was a hive-like structure like that. Let me see if I can find it. I'm not joking. I'm telling you the truth. It was a hive-like structure. I think it might be best if I try to go over to the YouTube playlist of my playlist and show you all that, because this is real. There was a hive. Let me come over here to the playlist. It's in the plasma is where it's at. Let me come over here. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to see how can I look at this, you all. Will it let me see them? Okay, we got it. I'm going to come over here, see if we can find this. It was a hive in this plasma playlist right here. And I think it was in Argentina. It showed up. Of course, it was the wildest thing. Table Mountain. I hope they didn't take it down. They could have took it down, you all. They really could have took it. They could have took it down. Well, I don't think that's nice, because I think they did take it down. It was in Argentina is where it was at. No, that's Dublin, Ireland, you all. Let me try to find this, okay, because I really did. I documented it. The Eiffel Tower, South Africa. Do y'all remember that? When we were documenting that that hive that showed up. I'm not over there looking at this, you all. Table Mountain. Hello. It's not on here. They did something to it, you all. Let me put this back to me. That's all right. It's not on here. They did something to it. They hid the hive. It was a hive. And I want to find it now. because they're talking about hive mentality, and that's what was documented, a hive mentality. Um, if you all can like talk amongst yourselves for a moment, see. So I want to try to see if I can get to the section where I was doing all the plasma. Is see if they didn't erase it from my computer. They could have got on here and erased it from my computer, you all. Oh my goodness, the board. The Borg? You mean the Borg? The Borg does have a hive-like mentality. They do. But this specifically, it was wild. It was so wild to see. And I want to find it because I've seen them in the sky also. It was yellow like is what it was. And I know I'm taking a while to look, you all. But I want to find it. I really want to find it since it's hidden on my plasma list. They hid it from us. They could have even removed it from here, you all. Yeah, plasma and portals. Plasma is a portal, you all. And we're talking about these insectoids that they're trying to play down the insectoids, but we know that they exist. We know that. That plasma was a very big series. Okay, it really was. Let's see. I did the birthing of web plasma, which was wild. You all look at some of this plasma right here. Now you know. Let me tell you something about this plasma. You know that that is not normal. How can that plasma form that shape like that? You all, that is a living entity. Okay, it was over here in this area when the camera panned. It panned to another area. This was one of the areas that the camera panned to. And I don't know if I was watching this specific thing that night. I might have, but I might not have, you all. I might have, but I might not have. It was in that area that I was watching the plasma at that particular area. I just want to find it. And I think that was Ushuaia, Argentina is where it was. And I know, Gina, honey, you are wasting time with that plasma, but I want to show it. I really do want to show it if I can find it. If I can't find it, they have removed it from the computer, you all, completely. And that's kind of disappointing. I think that's what's happened. It's hidden from my computer. They don't make... No, I can't find it. It's literally gone off of my... Even off my... screenshots. Why did they do that, you all? Let me put this back to me. It's gone off my screenshots. It's what's not meant right now. Okay, and it's not in this plasma thing right here. That makes me upset. It really kind of does make me upset that they did it. Could be in my live webcam stream too. Let's go there, you all, really fast. It's important now, since we're talking about the plasma, it's important to find that hive. The hive that showed up that they've covered up, because it was a massive beehive in as a plasma looking thing. We're looking over here, you all. It could have got thrown into the live webcams. I sure hope they did not get rid of it. I think they did. I really do. They did. They got rid of it. Oh my gosh. There's no way that's 83. There's no way that was 83 videos. I don't even know how to get over to it, you all. I don't. How do you do that? You know, if you got playlists, how do you see all of your live webcams? I don't know. I really don't. It's like when you want to look at them, you can't see everything for some strange reason. You really can't. Let me find it, you all. I want to... No. I'm wasting too much time on it, is what's happening. That makes me upset. It really does. Because it was structures like this that I saw in it. And it did. It looked like this. It had these parts in it like this, as it was wrapped around like that, wrapped around like a big old hive. So, oh my gosh, often the concept of individualism is completely foreign, along with the disloyalty to the hive. And the hive mind are the hallmarks of the alien insectoid society, you all. Let's read about this because this is important. I really feel this is super important. The majority of the sci-fi works to feature intelligent extraterrestrial insect civilizations constructs them around terrestrial insect species with a regent, controlling the breeding, the hive mind, some specialized workers, legions of drones, and the entire society developed around the mindset of the preservation of the hive at all cost. You're so welcome. Often, the concept of individualism is completely foreign, along with the disloyalty to the hive, and the hive mind are hallmarks of the alien insectoid society. Does that sound familiar, you all? Another trope of the alien insect society is that most of them live in a massive underground hive structures or above ground structures that are nearly completely alien architecture. Creators of sci-fi alien bug societies fluctuate between them possessing and using high technology, and with some using direct energy, weaponry, and FTL ships. Other creators have shown the insectoid using organic-based technology or even hijacking host technologies to spread their colonies to the stars. Sci-fi hostile aliens. See, they've got a book on here, you all. When it comes to hostile aliens, the life forms that fit terrestrial models used by sci-fi creators are popular. In the first science fiction film, the hostile alien species the explorers find is an insectoid. An insectoid, it's a hostile alien species, which is the first things that they find. It's a military sci-fi work. As mentioned above, the insectoid capitalize on a common fear that exists in a vast majority of the population, and the greater in size these hostile extraterrestrial insects are, the greater the fear response, as exemplified in the 1953 B movie Them. The giant insects they made fertile ground for the classic B movies, you all. I'm going to put this here, right here. I want you all to be able to go over here, and I want you to be able to look at this, you all. Look at that, because this is packed full of information about the insectoids is what it is. Totally packed full about it. I'm going to look at it, too. I think I'm going to bookmark that because I want to look at that, you all, myself, because this is the first time I've ever seen it. So they've got this stuff. The army of giant insects, you all. This is no... Why are they having this? The army of giant insects. Should you use insectoids in your sci-fi? The Brood from Marvel Universe. Oh my gosh, you're gonna bite the. See, that's like the alien thing. It's got an insect head like on that movie. Oh no, the Formics of the Ender's Game universe. And I see this in the sky. I do. I see these streaks of this in the clouds, you all. Let's see this. The Titans, the Ender's Game. Earth is attacked by a race of insect aliens called the Formics, or the Buggers. And this sets the stage for the Formic Wars that ended in the near extinction. Okay, this is not... Okay, why have they focused on the insects? They are shrouded in mystery. An official canon... Look at Dark Horse Comics. Look. The xenomorph species do not possess any technology, and the society serves to support the queen and their species hives. Ovum. Insectoids saga of a star world. Oh wow, Battlestar Galactica, you all. Look at this. We Yars actually descended from the common housefly. Then you have Spider-Man, or look at this, you all. Spectars, Star Wars. Okay, so you all see this right here. We're just going to screw through these. It look like a spiky ball. No. Like tails like scorpions from the apocalyptic book, you all. So this is not. This is something, you all. I got to get off of here. I really do. I got to make myself get off of here, you all, because we got these insectoids. And I didn't realize there was so much written about them. I really did not. But I think that there's something to it. There's something to these insectoids. And you have the ant people who saved the Hopis from the extinction. Okay, you do. I guess they were going to get swallowed up by the flood or something. Yeah. Jeffrey Skinner, I don't know why, if you're writing stuff, you know that the Google algorithms automatically remove comments based on whatever it is. I think that they are self-learning, and I think that they automatically moderate the comments. There's so many comments that disappear. There really is. That's what I'd like to say. Yeah, ants working in the sky. There's something to this, you all. Zara Drew, yeah, that's what I read earlier. The right here. The fifth trumpet. Out of the smoke, locusts descended upon the earth, and they were given power like that of the scorpions. They were told not to harm the grass or the earth or any plant or tree, but only those who did not have the seal of God upon their forehead. Let's see what the rest of it says. The locusts were not given power to kill them, but only to torment them for 5 months. And their torment was like that of a stinging of a scorpion. So it's wow, there's something to it. There really is. Let me get this back to me. Where am I at you? I'm trying to get myself on here. I'm going to go. I am going to go, you all. And I'm sorry about that time. I'm sitting here trying to find my screenshot or even my video of the hive. The interdimensional hive that showed up on the live stream. I did videos on it. I did. Shared them. It was when we was documenting the plasma. It was a hive. And it formed like a hive. And I couldn't find it on here. I couldn't. I looked. And it's not in my, it's not in my playlist anymore. I don't know what happened to it, but I can guarantee you I've got them on my hard drives. I do, you all, the insectoid hive, and they're in the sky too. So I'm going to go. Thank you all for coming on here, and thank you, moderators. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, you all. And let me put that link here one more time, you all, because this is like a whole entire documentary. If you are looking for the insects, this is the thing for you, you all. This is the link for you to go and just look at all that has been written about the insectoids. I put it right down here. Applebrooks, honey, you're so welcome. Thank you, Susan B., honey. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not ready for bed. I got lots of work to do. You all come on here a little bit. Oh, wow. It's 9:48. I've been on here this long. How long have 54 minutes? Well, that's my normal time. That's my normal time, you all. That's okay. I'm going to go. Have a wonderful evening, and thank you.